Episode 18. Welcome back. If you are a subscriber and you've been here before. If not, welcome to the channel. Hopefully we'll be giving you some top tips for this weekend's football Christmas special. It's Mad Friday today, isn't it?
It is.
Some people are going to be getting a bit leery on town. Last week we was let down by one goal on the both teams to score. It was one of my games. Nottingham Forest. They were 4-0 down at half-time, weren't they? And I messaged you and said...
Apparently they missed an open net as well at 2-0.
Don't fucking rub it in, man. So at half-time, we only needed 3 goals. One were Huddersfield, weren't it?
Yeah.
I forgot the second one.
And the other one were Forest.
And then the other one were Forest. So 3 goals we needed at half-time to land a 34-1, 6-4 both teams score, weren't it? So we missed out on one again for the second week in a row. The week before that one we won, and one game on the Acca as well. Fucking crew drawing 1 apiece. All other 3 flew in, including the Green Army, Argyle. But we go again. We're getting ever so close, especially on the both teams to score. Before we kick things off, this podcast is sponsored by Faded Barbershop here in Leyland in Lancashire. So if you are in the Northwest region or the Lancashire region, or you are actually from Leyland, go and see Kane and the boys and get yourself sorted out for a nice haircut to go into 2020 with.
I'm in tonight.
You're in tonight. I'm not. I'm in on Christmas Eve. Happy days. So we'll kick off with a concept. If you've not been here before, what we do a 4-fold accumulator, teams to win, a 6-fold both teams to score accumulator, and then a score and win treble. So, without further ado, the 4-fold. Go on, you can go first.
The first pick on the 4-fold is going to be West Brom to beat Brentford at home.
Do you want a fact?
Go on.
Little fact about West Brom. At an altitude of 551 feet above sea level, the Hawthorns is the highest of all 92 English Football League grounds.
Nosebleeds,
yeah. Fucking hell, if you're in top at stand anyhow.
So West Brom to beat Brentford. West Brom are unbeaten in 12 with 9 wins and 3 draws and 7 wins in the last 8. Brentford have won 3, lost 2 of their last 5 games, but them 2 losses were both away. The 3 wins were all at home. Them 2 away losses were Sheffield Wednesday and Blackburn Rovers. So West Brom at home to Brentford.
Slavan Bilic's army. Second pick on the 4-fold is going to be Blackpool to beat Shrewsbury. Little fact about Blackpool. So in September 1977, the famous racehorse Red Rum did the honours and also opened the steeplechase roller coaster at Blackpool Pleasureland. He did the honours. He turned on Christmas lights there in 1977. Red Rum. Previous April, Red Rum had also won his 3rd Grand National title. But yeah, Blackpool to beat Shrewsbury. It's 5th versus 11th, with Blackpool being unbeaten in 7 at home. Shrewsbury have only won 2 out of the previous 9 away fixtures. Blackpool haven't lost in League 1 since the 12th of October. They've also taken 20 points from 10 home games this season, where Shrewsbury have only taken 10 points from 9 away fixtures. And with Blackpool only losing 2 home games this season, I just can't see Shrewsbury beating them. Can you?
No.
Up the lashes.
The third pick is going to be Coventry at home to Lincoln. Any facts?
Coventry? Yeah. You want a fact about Coventry?
I don't want one, but you're going to give me one.
Coventry is further from the coast than any other city in Britain. There you go. You'd be shagged if you had a speedboat, wouldn't you?
Well, everything about sea, innit?
Yeah. Well, it's that West Brom and Coventry, their grounds aren't far from each other, are they?
No. So Coventry at home to Lincoln. Coventry are coming into this on the back of 2 1-1 home draws with a strong Ipswich side. Lincoln have just 1 league away win since August, losing 7 of their 11 aways this season.
Not the Cov. The 4th and final pick on the 4-fold is going to be Exeter to beat Walsall. So, a little fact about Exeter. There are around 7 other places in the world also called Exeter, including towns in Canada, Illinois, and Pennsylvania.
I'm not having it as a fact if you're saying there are around 7 other places. That's not a fact.
That's just Googled, isn't it? Copied and pasted.
Around 7 could be 8.
Around 7, there might be one in China. There might be one in...
I'm not having that.
In Japan. I doubt there's any Asian towns called Exeter. But there are some in America. It's like Boston, though. Birmingham, Alabama. And Boston's Texas, isn't it?
Boston's Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. So Exeter to beat Walsall is going to be the final pick. It's 2nd versus 17th, with Exeter not losing at home since September, and they've won the previous 3 games. Exeter have only lost 1 game at home in League 2 all season, and Walsall have only taken 13 points from 10 away games all season in League 2. Exeter have taken 21 points from 10 home league games this season, only conceded 8 goals at home, which is nice. And in 10 away games, Walsall have only managed to score 8 goals, conceding 13. So the 4th and final pick is going to be Exeter to beat Walsall. So a roundup of the fourfold, we're going to have Blackpool to beat Shrewsbury,
West Brom to beat Brentford,
Exeter to beat Walsall,
and Coventry to beat Lincoln.
Around 17 to 1.
I sent you the odds midweek from Odds Checker, but I can't remember them. I didn't write them down.
17 to 1, I'm pretty sure it was. You know, different bookmakers may vary.
That was Odds Checker if I sent them you anyway, so they're the best around, so it's probably less with most bookies.
Yeah. On to the both teams to score, where we have been, well, we've been getting somewhat joy, but fucking missing out by 1. But hopefully this week we do it all 6. So the first game is going to be Portsmouth versus Ipswich. So both sides have landed both teams to score in the previous 5 games. It is 10th versus 2nd, with 8 points separating the 2 sides. The previous 6 Portsmouth home games have had both teams to score, and Portsmouth have scored 19 goals in 10 games at home, and Ipswich have scored 16 out of 10 on the road. So I expect some goals there, with Portsmouth coming into a bit of form now.
The second pick is going to be QPR versus Charlton. Nice London derby to get us going. QPR have got just 1 clean sheet at home this season, and it happened to be one that let us down 2 weeks ago on the both teams to score accumulator.
Fucking North End, wasn't it?
It was against Preston, yeah. And Charlton have scored in 8 out of their 10 away games this season, so on paper it looks a pretty solid pick.
Third pick, we're going to go with Rotherham versus Fleetwood. So it's 6th versus 9th, with only a point separating the 2 sides. Both teams have landed both teams to score in 4 out of the previous 5 fixtures. Fleetwood last failed to score an away goal in League 1 back in August versus Lincoln. It's a long time ago now. It's bloody December. It's nearly January. Fleetwood have scored 14 in 8 away games this season, where Rotherham have conceded 8 out of the 9 home games this season, and with only 1 point separating the 2 sides, I think it should scream some goals.
The next pick is coming from the very bottom of League 1, and it's going to be Bolton versus Southend.
I'm in the pits.
I think is it bottom against second bottom?
Yeah.
Bolton have scored in 4 of their last 5 home games, and Southend have scored in 4 of the last 5 away games, and have conceded in all 5 of them aways. So again, on paper, it looks pretty solid.
Yeah. The final pick from me is going to be Port Vale versus Cheltenham. So it's 10th versus 3rd, with only 6 points separating the 2 sides. Both teams have had both teams to score in 3 out of the previous 5 fixtures. Port Vale have scored 13 out of 10 at home, where Cheltenham have scored 10 out of 10 away. Despite losing the last home game to Walsall, Port Vale last lost at home in August, so should be fired up for this game against a high-flying Cheltenham. It is Cheltenham who are really bad at home, but they score goals away, innit?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it is. They've got really bad home form, Cheltenham. They're all right away, but Port Vale, they get goals at home, don't they? So yeah, Port Vale versus Cheltenham.
And the final pick on the 6th fold is going to be Oxford versus Wickham. Table toppers Wickham have scored in 4 of the last 5 aways in the league this season. Oxford have scored in 7 out of 8 home games this season, and I'm expecting them to have a tired defence. after chasing Man City around all night on Wednesday.
Lovely stuff. So the sixfold is as follows. Sixfold, both teams to score is as follows. Portsmouth versus Ipswich.
QPR versus Charlton.
Rotherham versus Fleetwood.
Bolton versus Southend.
Port Vale versus Cheltenham.
And Oxford versus Wickham. Again, I have no idea.
I think it was between 25s and 30s. I think.
There's normally somewhere around there, isn't it?
Yeah. Good innings. So on to score and win treble. The first pick on that is going to be Leeds to beat Fulham. So both sides are promotion favourites, with Leeds sitting second against sixth place Fulham. That's a tongue twister. Sixth place Fulham. Despite not conceding many goals this season, Leeds shipped 3 last weekend despite being 3-0 up against Cardiff, which does show that they are capable of concede goals against the Fulham side, who have a Premier League quality striker in Mitrovic, who I think will score.
Scores every other week, doesn't he?
Yeah. Leeds haven't lost away since October, where Fulham lost their previous home game 2-1 to Bristol City. And I just think Leeds have too much quality for Fulham. However, I do think Mitty will bag a goal for Fulham. 3-1 Leeds. So the first pick is going to be both teams to score and Leeds to win.
The second pick is going to be Aston Villa at home to Southampton. Southampton are winless in the last 6 away games, but have scored in all those, and that includes 2 games at Man City, 1 at Arsenal. Not that it's much of an achievement at scoring at Arsenal, but Aston Villa have landed both teams scoring 4 of their last 5 home games this season, and I think they're coming into this on better form than what Southampton are going into. So going into it on, so I'd expect an Aston Villa win as well.
The thing is with Villa, they play quite decent football. I think they're getting quite unlucky.
Well, they've beat Newcastle and beat Brighton in the last 5, haven't they, at home?
Yeah.
Beat Liverpool midweek, but it was a Liverpool kids team, weren't it? But
yeah.
It's going to do no harm for confidence. That's not in anyone by 5, is it?
You see him the shithousery. Was it El Hamadi?
Oh, it's celebration.
Fucking arms out. Like you're at King.
Egyptian King.
Yeah. He's good as well, that Trezeguet. He's Egyptian as well, isn't he? Good player, him. The third and final pick on the score and win treble is going to be ballsy move. Bristol Rovers to beat Peterborough. They are at home, Bristol Rovers. So they are severely in form. The 4th in the league, they're coming up against 3rd place Peterborough. Only a point separating the 2 sides, but Bristol Rovers do have a game in hand. Bristol Rovers were unbeaten in 11, and Peterborough have only had 2 wins in the previous 9 away games. Bristol Rovers have only lost 2 home games all season, and they do have the second best form in the league in the previous 5 games, scoring 14 and conceding 9. So the third and final pick
Plenty of goals there.
Yeah, the third and final pick in the score and win will be both teams to score, Bristol Rovers to beat Peterborough. So the score and win treble is as follows. It's going to be Leeds, both teams score, Leeds to beat Fulham.
Aston Villa to beat Southampton.
And Bristol Rovers to beat Peterborough.
Again, I can't remember the odds.
87-1, I remember that one. On odds checker. So you're probably looking at between
75-80 normally for everywhere else.
Yeah, not bad. So with all that, they're all the bets for this week. It is Mad Friday, so if you are watching this on Friday, don't be a plonker tonight. Go out, have a few beers, and look after yourselves. Don't be getting any bloody scuffles. Have a good Christmas. We will be back for the Boxing Day fixtures, which will probably be uploaded on, when did we say? Tuesday, didn't we?
We're going to upload it Christmas Eve.
Yeah, probably upload it Christmas Eve. If not, it will be out on Boxing Day. We will record it on Christmas Eve. Thanks to all the subscribers. 142 at time of recording of this video. We said, didn't we? See if we can get it to 150 before Christmas, which is looking likely. So if you are enjoying this and you might have some mates who want some football tips, then if you could share it on your social media, that would be appreciated. If you're not already subscribed and you did enjoy this podcast, hit the subscribe button below and hit the thumbs up as well. It literally takes 2 seconds. If you enjoyed it, that is. And until the Boxing Day fixtures, we're out. Peace.